Let's take a look at WVTT Sports.
The second leg of the Eastern Conference semifinals between DC United and the New York Red Bulls was postponed due to heavy snowfall Wednesday evening. MLS Vice President Nelson Rodriguez decided to cancel the game after a delay of about an hour and watching the grounds crew struggle to clear the field. The match has been rescheduled for Thursday evening. Los Angeles Dodgers general manager Ned Colletti announced Wednesday that Mark McGwire is the Dodgers' new hitting coach. McGwire will be the 5th hitting coach since 2008 and the 8th in the past 10 seasons. In McGwire's 3 seasons in St. Louis, the Cardinals have led the NL in batting average and on-base percentage. McGwire informed the Cardinals that he was accepting the Dodgers' offer last week. The Atlanta Hawks needed a late 18-0 run to beat the Indiana Pacers 89-86 Wednesday night. The Hawks trailed by 14 points in the fourth quarter, but got some timely shooting by Kyle Korver, who scored 8 straight points by hitting back-to-back three-pointers and adding another jumper. The Hawks outscored Indiana 24-9 in that final period. Korver ended up with 13 points on the night. Final score, 89-86, Hawks win. The Miami Heat improved to 4-0 at home for the first time in franchise history by crushing the Brooklyn Nets 103-73. Dwayne Wade had 22 points, and LeBron James finished 2 assists shy of a triple-double in only 30 minutes of play. The Nets had 19 turnovers, which Miami turned into 31 points. The Heat will now play its next 6 games on the road. The LA Lakers trying to get their first win on the road, taking on the Utah Jazz Wednesday night, but it would not happen despite Kobe Bryant finishing with 29 points and 5 rebounds. Al Jefferson of the Jazz was a force to be reckoned with, finishing with a team-high 18 points and 10 rebounds. The Lakers fall to 1-4 on the season. The final, 95-86 Jazz. Headline Sports, I'm Carlos Diaz.
Let's take a look now at our community calendar. The University of Pittsburgh at Bradford Student Nurse Organization is going to hold a community-wide food drive through November 16th to support local food pantries and families in the Bradford community. That is through November 16th. And if you have any community news that you would like us to know about, please contact us. You can email us at wvttnews@gmail.com, or you can call our offices or tweet us or write something on our Facebook wall to be a WVTT tipster. Jeff?
Sounds great, Alexa. Finally tonight, fears of an election meltdown weren't realized, but still there were some problems Tuesday night. Brian Todd has our report.
Some voters waited in seemingly endless lines to cast ballots.
You know, an hour waiting to scan, that's bad. That is bad.
2 hours, 10 minutes. Yes.
In Plantation, Florida, 4 hours in line. Some people gave up.
People left and they won't come back. They can't come back.
The president, in his hour of glory, even felt compelled to say this.
Whether you voted for the very first time or waited in line for a very long time. By the way, we have to fix that.
Then there were scattered reports of voting machine problems. In Pennsylvania, an embarrassing scene posted on YouTube. One machine indicated a vote for Mitt Romney when a voter tried to choose President Obama. The machine had to be recalibrated. But the lines were the big story in many places, including key swing states. Paul Herndson at the University of Maryland, who keeps close tabs on voting systems, says the backups shouldn't be happening, but there are several reasons they do. Congestion often builds, he says, in communities that can't afford to streamline voting.
Those communities, counties usually have to decide between paying money for voting systems and election administration, roads, bridges, and hospitals. And of course, voting systems come in last.
But other issues cropped up as well, depending on where you were voting. In some places in Florida, the ballots were 12 pages long. Another big factor, Herndson says, was the decision by some states to cut back the number of early voting days. Some state legislatures rammed through voter ID laws, requiring people to show photo IDs, fill out affidavits and other forms if they didn't have them. Plenty of people had no trouble, and there's no indication that any of this tilted the outcome of the election. But there's little doubt this is now a patchwork system that's messy, unwieldy, different in every state. How do you fix this? Should there be just one system, federally mandated, streamlined for everybody?
Well, it would be very difficult to fix it by having one system. The states have primary authority for conducting elections, and some of them pass that authority down to the counties and give them leeway in implementation. And it would be extremely challenging because each state has its own traditions, its own culture.
Herndson says there's no big fix. He says after the 2000 Florida recount, the federal government allocated some money to try to improve things and created an agency called the Election Assistance Commission. Herndson says the problem with that agency is that it doesn't work very well. It's not well funded, and we checked this. It's been without all 4 of its designated commissioners for almost a year now. A spokesman for the commission told us it doesn't have any regulatory authority. The commission can offer advice to the states on how to streamline voting, he says, but can't tell them what to do. Brian Todd, CNN, Washington.
Thanks for that report, Brian. Finally tonight, a look at weather. The WVTT Severe Weather Action Team, mostly clear tonight, low temperature 29 degrees. Then during the daytime on Friday, this is where we really start to see that warm up, Alexa. Sunny skies tomorrow, a high of 48. Partly cloudy on Saturday, Saturday's high 55, all the way up to 61 degrees on Sunday. Partly cloudy once again. More clouds around on Monday with a high of 59. Then rain by Tuesday of next week. Tuesday's high temperature 46 degrees, but we're looking for a really warm weekend, Alexa.
That's right, Jeff. And back to that voting package, I bet you now, well, those, electronic problems, they wish that Chad was still hanging around.
Yeah.
Hanging chads.
There you go.
No one gets my joke? Okay.
I get it. We got it. I think as long as we have elections, we're going to have a little bit of problem every now and then. For everybody here at News Channel 25, I'm Jeff Angelonis.
And I'm Alexa Olson. Thanks for watching and have a great night.